Well, hello. It has been a very long time, and I'm back. Hi. So, yes, hi, my name is JJ Asgar, and I'm a developer advocate for IBM Cloud. And it has been a while since I have streamed, and that's fine because I am here to learn some interesting things today. As you can see, I have multiple little things up. That is how out of out of scope I am right now. But that's cool. No worries. But today I'll be setting up a Mastodon server. So if you didn't know, the ecosystem has changed drastically over the last couple of weeks, and there's a lot of people who have been moving towards um, Mastodon, and I want to get my hands on it so I can kind of understand it a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And hopefully we'll have some fun while I'm doing it. I do want to say, believe it or not, Kason, yes, I received your present. Here we go. I was told I needed to show it on stream. So there it is. And hopefully you'll be watching this in the future because you should be in school right now. But thank you so much for your present. And I hope you learned something from this too. Believe it or not, if you do kind of go down this path with me, however you decide to, you might actually learn how to run one of these things too, which would be pretty neat. So let me go ahead and turn my screen over. We're going to go here. So if I bring this over here, then minimize this and go here, and then move my notes over here, and then make this nice and big. All right, so hopefully I won't show any secrets from now on, but I'm going to go ahead and transition this, and then here we go. So here we go. We have a terminal here, and I'm going to go ahead and SSH into metal. I have this machine. I call it metal, but we're going to call it something else. And I'm going to set up a Mastodon server on it. If you've never seen Mastodon before, let me just give you a quick little rundown of it. This is it here. It's a social networking site. So with all the issues with Twitter and whatnot, basically this is a federated version of Twitter. Is you spin up your own little instance, and it sits there, and there's a Fediverse that all the ones interact and talk to it. So you can have like your own private resource instance where you just have like your friends on local, and it's like your own version, a small little version of Twitter, or you can actually connect it to other ones, so multiple servers can talk to one another. It's completely decentralized, which is really neat. It's open source and it's works with multiple different protocols, which is nice too. My goal here is I want to spin up a Mastodon server, and I have the domain of ONGII, ONGII. If you didn't know, there is ONGII. It is, well, it used to be there. ONG River. ONGII. Oh, used to be here. It's a river in Mongolia. I guess there's one I. Oh, well. But ONGII, the idea is I want to create a Mastodon server that basically slurps in breaking news. So the idea is that I have this Mastodon server that just sits there and pulls for things, for instance, like go to twitter.com/CNNBRK. There's breaking news on Twitter, right? So as soon as it breaks, they tweet out the instance or whatever's happening, which I use all the time because that's how I figured out what was going on in the world, right? Like it's breaking news. It looks like they also use RSS. So the idea is I'm going to create this Mastodon server. It's going to have a couple bots on there, and then I'm going to use RSS because there's a CNN RSS feed right here that I can do like the top stories or whatever, if you can read that. So I'll have some little script that talks to the Mastodon server. So whenever a new RSS feed for top stories comes out, it posts it, and then it posts it to the Mastodon server. And the theory being is that I can just watch these bots and I can get those top messages to a list on my Mastodon server. So if I ever want to see what breaking news is, I can just see what's going on. And that also gives me the ability to share stories, see if anything's happening, which is nice. So that's my ultimate goal here. But first, before we do anything, we got to get a Mastodon server going, right? So that's what we're gonna do. All right. So as you saw, also I just SSH'd into it. I'm obviously gonna want to put some security on this machine for now, but we're just gonna get it up and going, and I can always blow it away too, which is always nice. So if I bring up my notes, what we're gonna do is this is a what's it called? A CentOS box. So if I do cat etc red hat release, you'll see it's a stream 8, which I realize is not exactly the most up to date, but that's not a huge deal. But I'm okay with that. Again, this is just an experimentation to kind of get it going to see how it works. Let's see here. And then I found a tutorial on how to install Mastodon here. So let's grab this one. And right here. There we go. So what it does is it actually installs Docker and all beforehand, which is useful. We're going to need to also use SMTP, which is fine. I have something called a SendGrid through IBM Cloud that I'll be using, which is nice. I'm going to add some DNS records, which I'm going to do news.ong.com, which I thought might be useful. Again, all this instance is going to do is just going to be just a reposter of RSS feeds, just to kind of see how it goes. And then we'll be going from there. So the first thing first is we need to remove Docker from everything, which I don't believe I have any of this on here, but let's be on the safe side, shall we? So we'll go ahead and run this. There we go. We don't actually have to run sudo because I am not running that. And I do have this actually subscription in there too, which is nice because, it's good to have this subscriptions in there. I'm going to move this over here so we can actually see the terminal. There we go. And I'm doing the best I can to watch the chat. So if anyone has any questions or thoughts, don't hesitate to throw those in there. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk about what I'm going to be doing, and then we'll see how far we get. All right. So let's install some yum-utils. Here we go. And then I'm going to install the stable directory of, I could in theory do this with Podman, but let's just do this tutorial first to try to get that up and going. Adding that repo, yum update. Here we go. Ooh, that's new. What is going on here? Container D errors. Docker already on here? I don't. Okay. Let's go ahead and just force this stuff, shall we? We'll do allow raising. If I spelled raising correctly, of course I didn't. Raising. Again, I can't spell. Why did that not work? Oh yeah, Podman's on there. That's the reason why. If I was smart, I would just release Podman. All right. I guess I was playing with Podman at some point on this box. That's not a big deal. All right. Yep, there we go. Erasing. Oh, it's already erasing Podman for me, so that's fine. All right. So if I can do Docker run hello world system ctl start Docker. And then enable Docker. Now if I do run hello world, there we go. So we now successfully have Docker running. I should do user mod ag docker jj. I shouldn't do this as my user. I should do this as something else. So let's do user. No, you know what? I should do this as myself. In case I have anyone else join them, I'll just have them join the Docker instant or Docker group, and they should still see the Docker. Yeah, okay. User mod dash ag docker jj. Take that. Go back into the box and do docker run hello world. There we go. So now JJ can run the Docker instance. It also means I'm talking to the Docker socket, which means now if I create someone else with a different user on here, they'll be able to talk to it too. So if they did Docker PS, they'd actually see the whole instance running, which works. All right, so let's get Docker Compose installed now. Oops. Oh, come on, really? Nope. Click. There we go. Ugh, really? Can't just make it easy for me? There we go. Copy this. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and change mod this so we can execute it. So we do this. We do Docker Compose. Now we got Docker Compose, which is nice. So do sudo yum install git. So git's already there. And then let's go ahead and git clone this down. Okay, and then go into there. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So let's look at the Docker Compose file here. Docker Compose. Docker Compose. All right, so we have a DB here of Alpine, which makes sense. We got a Redis instance for our institution, which is fine. We're not messing with Elasticsearch yet. That's okay. Here's our Mastodon instance. Now, if you've not seen it, Mastodon looks like it's mainly deployed via the Docker container because, you know, Docker makes life easy. That's a joke. Hopefully somebody giggled. It never makes life easy. It actually makes life significantly harder. And they have a latest that's been released 6 months ago. Oops. And this looks like it pulls the latest. There's also a 4.0 that's about to come out too. So if I want to YOLO this, I would change this to 4.0, but I'm going to just do the 3 version for right now, just to get it working. And then after I get it working, I might come back and change it to the 4 because it looks like a lot more people are running 4. You know what? No, let's actually do this. Yeah, why not? The tag is 4. So, no HL. down. There we go. Come on, really? No, okay, here we go. And then we'll do 400 RC4. I believe that's how we want to do it. Because if you look here, that is, it's a version. There we go. I think. Is that right? Oh, no. Oh, of course I have both. Oh, no, it just looks like a V. So, yeah, we'll stick with the instructions. That's fine. So there's that. We have this environmental file of env production, which we'll probably have to create if not, it's not already there. This spins up the Rails app on port 43000, creates 2 networks. Here we go. This is actually a really interesting little command if you've never seen it before. This is a health check that actually goes in and wgets against off of port 3000 to make sure it's actually there. So it waits for, it is not in a good working state until the local host health check comes back, which is a nice little plus. If you notice how easy that is also, so if you're running Docker Compose or any Docker applications and you're running application server, that's a pretty straightforward little test command. So keep that in your back pocket for another day. Then we should probably add v400 RC4 here to the health of this one, because I'm assuming we want the same image across everything. And as you notice here, this runs a different command. So we didn't want to mismatch those versions, right? So that's important to know. All right. Let me check the chat, see if anyone said anything. Nope. That's good. All right. I just lost the screen. Oh, no. There we go. All right. So let's keep going. Now we got Sidekick here. We'll add that also, which is nice. And this also makes sure that we have enough Sidekick instances. This one, it looks like it defaults to 6. So we'll have to do that. I'm not planning on using the Tor Federation anytime soon. That is a conversation for a different time. All right. So that looks pretty straightforward. I'm okay with this. Okay. Yeah, and it actually says you can use latest here if you want to, but you should do a specific release number, which is just good practice in general, right? Like you should never be running latest on anything, especially if you're planning on doing this for more than just yourself. If it's just for you, yeah, go YOLO your fun time. It's all good. Now it looks like in the DB section, the following beneath the image line, replace the password with the password you like to use, which I will do that here in a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy .env.production sample to .env.production. And then okay, so it looks like it wants me to do some secret stuff right now, and I'm going to just go ahead and throw this screen up just while I'm doing it, because I do not want to expose these secrets. Even if I do keep this, it's just bad practice, but I'll tell you what I'm actually doing while I'm doing it. So I'm going back into that Docker Compose file. I'm going into environment. If I can spell environment correctly, ENVIR. DB section. Here we go. And then this does not have the same thing that this says it does. Just I'll bring it back. Oops, not the right one. So if you look here, this says in the DB image replace password, right here with the Postgres database password, as you see here, there is not that there. So this could be a problem. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Obviously, you can't get very far with no password, but maybe this is smart enough not to. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and put the screen back up here, and then I'm going to go ahead and run the following commands to create these secrets. The rake secrets on the secret base key. Run that. It's pulling down the Postgres Alpine instance right now. There we go. It's creating the Mastodon instance. So it's actually building everything up, it seems, which is interesting. I do not want to show these secrets, like I said, so I'm going to let this just run here for a second. And then, actually, I think it won't actually show because I'm echoing it in. As you see here, I'm echoing in the secret right there. So it should echo it, and this is the secret base key. So when it actually gets spun up, it should be hidden. As long as I don't echo that out, I think. But we'll see in a second. If you have any questions or thoughts, don't hesitate to throw them into chat. I'm more than willing to answer anything. Or if you're watching this in the future, from now, I'll have some comments below. So if something weird happens or goes pear-shaped, don't hesitate. I do pay attention to those comments, which is always helpful. All right. Building that web. Building the web. I'm actually really curious to see how, when I do get this up and running and the little RSS feed, while this is going, I can show you actually. My theory here is I want to leverage this guy, feed parser, which handles RSS feeds, and basically takes the RSS feed, dumps it into a SQLite database, and then has a little like 1 or 0 to say if it's been posted or not. And then there's a Mastodon. I'm pretty sure it's called Mastodon Python. Is it this one? I think so. I think it was this one that I saw earlier. No. Oh, no. I don't remember where I put it. Latest updated. I will have to look for that later. Well, there isn't I swear there's a JSON or a Python Mastodon module already. So the theory being is I just connect those two modules together. I'll put it out to SQLite. If it's in SQLite and has a 0, post it to Mastodon as that user. And then the theory being anything with an RSS feed that is one of the news ones that I want to watch, I should be able to see it. They do have this guy right here. Give me a second. Why am I not bringing this up? Here we go. So there is this one already that I did find, CNN at c.im. But as you can see, this looks like it's on a cron job. If you notice 2 hours ago, and it just kind of, there seems like a weird delay on it, and it's not exactly real time. Because if I go to RSS.CNN here, bring this up, hopefully this won't completely break everything. There we go. That's really hard to read, but the most latest one is looks like it's this one right here. The weekend marked the moment for the truth Republicans and tethered themselves to Trump's reelection in the Senate. If you look here, this looks like these climate activists protesting Biden's speech. So where is that in here? It's not even in here. So whatever they're pulling from doesn't seem to be the most up to date, which seems a little weird. So as you can kind of see now where I'm going with this, the idea is I want something a little bit more up to date than this. This isn't like out of date. I mean, if I go in here, right, this was updated an hour ago. So that's not bad, right? Like I'm not complaining. It's just it's just not the right the right list that I was following. All right, where are we? We are still building. What is going on? PSWX script docker. What are you doing? Why are you still running? Rakes, you are actually running the rake secret now. So yeah, I mean, I guess we're just sitting here. Yeah, we're chugging along. We're doing something. So patiently wait. Do, do, do. There we go. We're getting there. Oops, I lost my other little screen. There we go. Yep, it's slowing down now. So something finished. Eventually, I'm planning on installing zero tier on this machine. I might actually already have zero tier on here. And then I'm going to turn off the external link to it completely, minus just HTTP and HTTPS, which is the best practices, right? Like you shouldn't be able to SSH in via that. And then just shut it all off that way. But right now, as you can tell, I can SSH in externally, which is not great. But it's this is me just playing around on the machine right now. So, all right. So the load average is finally dropping. Come on. Docker PS. Okay. Isn't it stats? Yeah, there we go. So we're not doing anything else right now. I thought we turned the elastic off. Didn't we not have the container in the compose? So this doesn't look like it should be doing anything. Still running elastic though. I mean, as you can tell, this machine is relatively large, so elastic should be a big deal. But I still need you to actually give me the secret. I swear we didn't. Oh, hold on. They just killed the elastic instance. Yeah, see, here's the elastic instance right here. I didn't run it at all. It's all commented out. So what are you doing? It is working though. So that is a good sign. Thinking about it. It's still going. What are we missing? I mean, it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm not seeing what I'm missing here. It's just kind of sitting here, isn't it? If you have any thoughts or ideas what I could be looking at, I don't really have any. I mean, I guess I could look at the logs. Oh, here we go. We got something here. Oh, that could actually be our instance. Docker logs. Come on. Docker PS. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting stuff up. Docker logs -f. That's new. Well, things are happening, so that's a good sign. I guess we'll just continue. Wait. Docker stat. Docker stats. I mean, it is chewing up a lot of RAM. Let's see. Still going. I just sent something in the chat to see if anyone else is there. Adoring Zunoski seems to be running just fine. Just waiting for stuff to start. Thinking about it. Oh, well, that just went away. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. I have no visibility in any of this. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would tell me otherwise. I do find it interesting how they ask you to build it again, even though I was running it this way. So I guess you rebuild it, maybe? And we spin it up. And we create a proxy. And we do some certificate stuff. Suspiciously turning now. Okay, I don't actually never seen that error. So let's figure out what this means. So it is just running a bunch of Rails commands, it seems. Yeah, it's just running a bunch of Rails commands. So this is actually doing something. But I'm not seeing anything really super useful. Well, I guess we'll continue to wait. Because that's what you do. For the automation to do its thing. I mean, it is churning it through something. Okay. So I went through another one. This is not great. Like we haven't even. So I run web and bundle. I run bundle exec on rake secret. So it is deleting stuff. Oh, here we go. Server spell is built and did not already exist. To rebuild the image. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I think that's the secret. Yeah. Wow, it did a ton of stuff. All right, I'm gonna be bad and come back over here. Then we are going to echo that. No. So I'm gonna use that. All right, I'm gonna put my little secret up screen up here, and then look back over here. Move this over here. m.env.production. Secret keybase. And then I'm going to change this to like that. And then I'm going to run the next command here. Hopefully this will be a lot faster because everything's already been built. So bring this back on. Oh, there we go. That was hella faster. Take this out. Go back in here. like so. Take that away. So hopefully now you can't see anything I have here, which is good. Okay. Generate the valid using the following command, copy output and paste it in the private key. Okay. So I'm going to run this again, and hopefully this will only take a second. I'm going to take this off like so, and then put this back up here. Gotta love secrets. Let's see. Viping Gaming, hey, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining me here. I know I'm throwing up a bunch of secrets or whatnot, so I'm trying to do the right thing by copying. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Trying to do the right thing here, but we'll get there. So we're actually making it a little bit farther here. So vim.env.production, vapid. There we go. That's what I was hoping to see. Did I get them both? I did. Delete. Right. Quit. All right. Now I got to fill out some of the more environmental variable stuff here. I'm going to just go ahead and run through this real fast and change it in the local domain. use.ongii.com. That cannot be changed later. That's fine. Elasticsearch, don't care about. There's web push. So I need to set up SMTP now, and I actually did that on SendGrid. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to this. Again, I know you can't see anything. It's just because I don't want the secrets out quite yet. SendGrid. We're going to go to that URL. Please work. And then we're going to go to this one, enable actions, view account information. Sendgrid.net, smtp.sendgrid.net. That one. And then here is my password. Okay. Okay. So I think I can go ahead and run the Docker compose build command here. Ooh, Viper Gaming, you're stressed out with the code and driving you crazy. Can you give us a little more details about what you're trying to work on? Maybe we can help you out there. Sometimes you just need to rubber duck it, just to talk it out. So what are you trying to accomplish? Remember, you always got to have a goal in mind. All right, Docker compose build. We're building that web again. I really hope my secrets don't get output here, because that'd be really uncool. Yeah, man, I'm willing to help. Just try to throw the throw what you're thinking out here, and we'll go over there. Let's start there. All right, and now we need to change this. All right. We got to do some firewall stuff here. Well, that's not good. sudo systemctl start firewall service. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. All right, let's hope this does not bring us to secrets. Domain name of news.ongii.com. Single user mode disables registrations redirects the landing page to your public profile. No. Yes. DB. Yep. Okay. Excuse me. I want to do S3. That's a good question. Oh, okay, here we go. Viper's got a question. Okay, so the task is to open a link from the Google search using a Python, but every video I've seen predefine the value and the link is open, and I don't want to use to say what they were doing to research. I want a Python to open a link from the search and not have it predefined. So the last time I was doing anything remotely close to this, I was walking through this YouTuber's system. Let me see if I can bring him up real quick. Oops. That didn't work. So give me 2 seconds here. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be exactly what you need, but this video right here will walk you through the most core story of getting this done. You're going to have to figure out how to make it work for yourself. But why is this not showing up? Here we go. There we go. And unfortunately, using Google also, Google has some really weird, Google has some weird rules when you're scraping because of all the JavaScript and whatnot. So it gets funky. But Scrapey, and if you watch this guy, John Woodson Rooney, I'll throw this in the chat too for you, so you can just click on it. Oops, not that. This right here. He walks you through some pretty basic stuff, but you should understand the power of it. And I wouldn't, so you tried to use Selenium to do this. Selenium is a little bit more designed for automation of like faking being a human, right? Which is not what you want to do. Something like Scrapey or Beautiful Soup is actually what you want to use to get to the website, scrape through the HTML, using Scrapey or Beautiful Soup, and then from there, pull out that information and then output it to whatever you need. So again, it's not gonna. You can't just like I can't just tell you how to do it. I'm kind of showing you the tools I would use in this case. Now you can use Selenium to go to do certain clicky things, and then use something like Scrapey after Selenium, after you get to that specific website, to pull out the information you specifically need. And if you walk through what John Rooney has done here, he'll walk you through pretty in depth. As you notice, there's multiple Scrapey links off of the site. But if you start right here, and he scrapes this little whiskey shop out of I believe Scotland to pull some very basic stuff. Then from there, you can kind of extrapolate and try to play around with Google. Yeah, so exactly, Viper. If all you want to do is open a website link from specifically Google, Scrapey is exactly what you want to use, especially if you're doing Python work. It's so much more powerful. Selenium is overkill for this, and Beautiful Soup is very strong, but there's some sharp edges to it where Scrapey just does the work for you. So there we go. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Yes. So I was looking for a bucket. So what I can do is I can on cloud.ibm.com, I can get a bucket, but see, this is S3. I don't want S3. How do I do? Did you notice? Maybe I can give the whole URL. Let's try that. Cloud object storage. Cloud object storage. Let's see if this actually comes up how I want it to. Oh, really? Oh, there's a Minio service. Oh, I forgot about that. So maybe if I can just spin up a Minio service. So as you see here, right here on IBM Cloud, there's a Minio service that maybe I can run. Oh, that's very expensive. Never mind. Not going to do that. That's not good. Whoopsie. Let's see here. Cloud object storage. Object storage. Here we go. Awesome, Viper. Thank you for that. If you can't see the chat, he says he's going to give that a go, and he'll come back to see how it goes. Yeah, reach out, man. Don't hesitate to not to. And yeah, sometimes all you got to do is rubber duck, man. If you've never seen it, if you keep hearing me say rubber duck and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called rubber duck development. Give me 2 seconds. I'll bring up a nice little link for us. Sometimes all you need to do is find the right person to talk to and just talk it out, right? And sometimes it's just a rubber duck. Rubber duck debugging. Here we go. Rubber duck debugging. It's where you talk to the duck, right? And sometimes the duck knows more than you do. Sometimes it doesn't. And as my cohorts say, I'm one of the best rubber ducks in the world because sometimes I'll just stare at you. Other times you might know. I might have some good answers for you. So let me throw this also in the chat here in a second. Where'd it go? And of course, it's disappeared on me, but that's okay. All right, so let's keep going here. Right there, right there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Control C out of this. Aborting. Bye. Okay, so we're going to run that setup again. Let's see if it's actually ephemeral. And then okay, so I'm creating the bucket now. Creating the bucket now. So while this is going, we're going to go to news.ongii.com. It has gotten very slow all of a sudden. And no. How to create a bucket. And yes, I am using Docker. I want a, sure, region seems smart. Yeah, that's fine. Need to name this, so we'll call this storage. Create the bucket. Already exists. So we'll do storage LNG. There we go. See if this works. There we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, so if I can just do a public endpoint on here. All right, DB, yep. There we go. This. Yes. Okay, so how do I do a remote? How do I do a remote storage upload to the cloud? Bring this over here. I'll paste this in here. Mastodon S3. Setting up for this. Set up DNS. Cloud storage. Yes, I don't want to do that. I want to do Mastodon. Okay, maybe this one. So I want to run my own. Yes, that's fine. Preparing the machine. Fail to ban. Firewall. Where am I not seeing S3? Need to read that later. Setting up a new instance. Cleanup tasks, no. I need to look for S3. Is there a search bar here somewhere? There's not a search. That would be too easy. Settings. S3 configuration Mastodon. Configure S3 after installation. Here we go. So it says I should use Wasabi here. I don't want to actually use Wasabi. I want to use. So if I put Wasabi in there. Ugh, this is not good. Because I don't want to spin up AWS. I want to use my backend. There's the actual SM. Oh, maybe I could just. I guess I could just use that endpoint. Not 100% sure. That is poetic in a lot of ways. All right, I'm going to bring up the secret again. I'm going to bring up that environmental file. vim.env production. There we go. All right, so I think I can just poke this in here. This endpoint. That right there. Endpoints, no. Bucket name is this. Unfortunately, wants an AWS access key and secret access key. I don't know how to do that. Maybe service credentials. Add. Here's an API. There's an API key. Do I have an access key? No. Crap. Hmm. So how do I? Yeah, you want? No. This is very AWS centric. S3. Come on. Don't tell me I get stuck because of this. Mastodon S3 API documentation. APIs documentation. So what I'm looking at here is no. Yeah, exactly. It has been obsoleting during integrating cloud with AWS S3 APIs proven to challenging. That is where I'm stuck right now. And it looks like, oh, that didn't help at all, did it? Configuring your environment. Postgres, email. Ooh, maybe I can do it with just Swift. Enabled username. Ooh. Let's see here. Configuration. Bucket CRN. I'm pretty sure I have Swift. Attention policy. This is what I'm looking at. Cloud lifestyle policy. Static. That's not what I want. Swift API, IBM Cloud. Maybe I get some. Maybe I get winner here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. No, that's the wrong Swift. Yeah, I'm looking up, and the Swift that it showed up was Mac OS Swift or Microsoft, or not Microsoft, Macintosh or Apple Swift. Yeah, it just tells me that it's enabled. Doesn't actually tell me how though. Data engines, endpoints. Maybe it's under a legacy endpoint? No, not at all. I am not seeing how to do this. All right. Well, I wanted to just give this a shot. Obviously, this did not work how I needed it to, and I guess I need to do more research before I go any farther. That's unfortunate. So, oh well. I just wanted to give this a shot, and like I said, it didn't work. That's not a big deal. It happens sometimes. But I will figure out the whole storage thing eventually. And then from there, I will definitely back up this environmental production file so I don't have to worry about putting those secrets up constantly. But being that you're not running on this on AWS, or at least not, I am not running this on AWS, so I am already crippled when it comes to this. But it does look like Swift is enabled, and also if I wanted to run this, they also have what was it? You know what? Hold on. I'm not going to go up quite yet. Let me try to do this without .ong.com. No. Yes. There we go. No, let's not send the things to the cloud. Let's just keep it local for now. No. Wait, I just filled this out. So hang on. I'm going to turn this off real quick. Let's try this again. This is where to go. smtp.sendgrid.net. Excuse me. Put this password in. Plain. Peer. Auto. Sure. Yes. jjasgard@gmail.com. Yes. No. smtp.sendgrid.com. Excuse me. It's .net, isn't it? That's the problem. There we go. jja.com. Plain. Ah, all right. Well, I know you haven't been able to see this, and I don't want to put some private information up there. But I was trying to set up the email, and that was not working. So I'll keep working at it, and hopefully I can clean this up so it's a straightforward shot. But I did learn a lot. So that was good. So hopefully you did too. And I will be around. You can always find me. And hope you enjoy this. Take it easy, y'all.